Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Small Poker YouTube channel and another episode of Humpdazed number 70. We're doing a live seed drop today. We're running a little bit late. We apologize, and it's nice to see everybody. As always, my wife's here with me, Crispy Wannabe.
Hey, everybody. Cheers. Happy to see you all in chat.
We'll get the link up here.
Yeah, we'll get the link up and maybe you can join in and show us your garden or just come hang out and smoke. I want to say hello to Iceni, Small Tubes, Zorro, PB. How are you doing? Operation Annihilation. How's it going, Marcus Green Thumb? Weed Nerd, Ganja Ghost. How you doing, Art Man? Yee, motherfucking whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, we're doing a seed drop. I'm getting excited about it. I'm gonna let Artman in. He's gonna be joining us. Smart walked away from the controls for 1 second. So how you doing, Claude? Old school. How are you? Haas Farms. It's good to see everybody here. Everybody has a wrench, so feel free to share your links. And I see the American one in chat. Tonight's very exciting because we are going to be dropping the Stacy tonight. So I'm super stoked about that. The American one. Thank you for sending us those seeds. We're excited.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, Art Man.
Nice.
How are you tonight?
I am doing great. Going for Stacy. Cool. I'm gonna go for that one.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about that. Of course, anything from Tal, I get excited. Along with everybody else. I mean, look what Amy Aces does to everybody.
Yeah.
She brings all the boys to the playground, right? Yeah, we're excited about some other seeds too. I don't want to take anything away from the other beautiful wonders that are going to be dropped tonight, which is awesome. I'm super stoked.
We'll go over them all here in a little bit. My wife has their strains written
I
down.
have some of the strains written down, some of the history or the lineage, but before we get to that, we're going to be rolling up a joint, and I want to welcome XYZ Vector, our good buddy. How are you doing tonight?
Great. How you guys doing? I'm so excited. You guys are dropping the Stacy's.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Hey man, what's up?
Not much, man. Just I took a day off and worked on my crap today instead of somebody else's.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome. Always got to take out time for yourself.
That's a mental health day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. After this weekend, yeah, it's a mental health day.
Yeah, we know about those. Got to get those mental health days in. They're important. And that's a part of what we're doing today.
Growing is part of that, ain't it? Getting your shit together. And
We are preparing for future mental health days by dropping seeds today.
So they all Stacy's?
No, we have some other exciting strains. We're gonna off the top of my head, we're going to be growing OC grower from over Cocoa for Cannabis. Our buddy from over there sent us seeds. We're gonna be growing some of his.
His are the it's peanut butter reserve crossed with black blonde reserve crossed with peanut butter belts. So whatever that is. And yeah, I don't know what that means, but that's what's in that one, man. And then we have Kyle Stacy, which is time rack crossed with
Time rack crossed with blueberry, yeah.
Yep.
And then pure breeding, we got off of our buddy Seed Person One sent us out some NERC. So I'm excited to be growing the New England Rock Candy.
That's V2.
Yeah.
NERC is good. I can tell you that right now. I had it myself. So
We got 4 seeds. We're going to try one, man, because we really want to be able to take a clone and try to keep it going, but we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket either, you know? So
well, they are feminized now. You know that, right?
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
We know that they're
cool.
feminized.
We only have three groups of eggs, and that would be we're growing this other strain from our friend. I don't know how many of you remember him. It's been a few years since he's been a regular. That's Chef OMJ. He has makes a lot of his own shit, and it is called Blue Muta Triangle crossed with Farmer's Fire. And he made those out on the Pacific Northwest. So
Sweet.
outside,
Cool.
I think, so we'll see.
Well, cool, man. You're gonna have a lot of peanut butter. Maybe you can make some sandwiches with that.
Aha.
Oh.
Then we got some other shit here too, man. We got and this is always my dilemma. And it's the grower's lament when you're doing it the way we do, I guess. So I could start out, I don't have no idea how many of those regs are going to be feminized, right? So I dropped
Yeah.
15 regs altogether. I got 12 tests.
Ooh.
So I figure we'll see what
Ooh,
happens. I dropped
yeah.
5 of each strain, on the regs. Now, I want to get 12 plants total for 2 tenths, 6 in each one, 1 gallon pots. You guys get the whole deal. So for me to get 12 plants, I want 15 regs, and I think we're going to go with like 10 feminized. And then what we're going to do is out of all those, we're going to cut them down and make our tent. I might only get 1 of each or something out of the regs. I might be overloaded with all of them. I don't know, but you guys know how it is. It makes,
Yeah.
because if
Yeah.
I don't know what to kill. Or,
I already have a plan for, we have a little, help me out, the little light we have,
the Maxis.
the Maxis sun. we have
MS
a-
1000.
Yeah, we have a Maxis on one us, or yeah, and I'm thinking about setting that up just in case, because I'm gonna have a hard time killing any plant. I see a lot of maybe a solo grow on the side. I'd love to learn, I really want to practice doing clones. So that might be a good opportunity for that, just to like practice taking clones, keeping them alive.
Them underwater and shit. I think we'll yeah, we're gonna have some shit. But you know what I mean? It's gonna suck because it's one of those things, man. If I start with, just 2 or 3 seeds more than I need, half of them won't germ or something. But if I start with, 10 more than I need, I'll get every single one of them. And it's like, now I gotta sit down and decide. And how do you decide what gets the whack,
Yeah, it's always hard.
Especially when you haven't
Yeah.
grown it before and never even smoked the buds or whatever. So it's kind of like just a roll of the dice. You see what looks good and shit, and go from there. But we got some lava cake in there. We got some white LSD in there. We got some grease monkey in there. Those are all photo feminized.
And we got some purple tie. Did you say purple tie?
No, I did not say purple tie. So we're
It's
getting-
HOG times with chocolate tie. So with the peanut butter, we got some chocolate there. Maybe-
HOG.
Yeah.
Wonder what
called
HOG
HOG. I don't know. I didn't even look any further. It just was,
HOG.
Yeah.
Is that Hulk OG or something?
I don't know. But anyway, there's some chocolate tie in there. So peanut butter and chocolate. That's the only way to do chocolate is with peanut butter.
You guys ever grow hog? HOG?
No, I'd never have.
No.
But yeah, grease monkey is gorilla glue for crossed with cookies and cream. So that sounds good too.
But what we
Yeah,
did there,
that does.
XYZ, we took all the seeds, scuffed them.
Okay.
We put them in a little cup beside the water that's acclimating. So each one of those, I only need 1 cup, one has water in it, one has the already scuffed seeds. So I'm waiting for the water to acclimate. I figure about 8 o'clock, I'll run in there and dump them all in the water. And then we'll have it on camera for like the initial start of this grow,
We'll take a clip and put it in our journal. As to mark the start.
And you know how it is,
And-
we put it all on Front Street, man. If you're
Yeah.
looking for success, we'll hope we can show
We
you
hope we
our
can
ways.
get to her.
Yeah,
For sure.
So
I
I get a question. At the bottom of your propagating tent or whatever you want to call it, your propagator, is that a heating pad or something?
No, I can tell you what that is, and if you could probably follow along. Do you have that same dome?
I have a similar dome. I have the AC Infinity version.
Okay.
Well, on that dome, on the bottom of that dome, it has those little grooves, for the water channels.
Yep.
So what I do is I run my temperature mat sensor through the bottom vent on the left over there. See it? It fits.
Yeah,
right
I see that little
Yeah.
black wire going in.
The wire
Okay.
goes, fits through.
So I come
see.
through there and then I lay it down in one of those troughs, those water troughs, and then I throw, that's just a piece of white plastic to use for like crocheting a design on or needle point or
Yeah,
whatever.
like, yeah,
And I throw that on there, and that way, whenever I set my cups and shit down, they don't sit on that little wire and tip over or fuck with me, you know. Now that
Okay.
needle point thing will just hold it down underneath. I could tape it down, but I like this method better. It lets it float
Yeah.
a little bit, and
that needle point also, if you put that like underneath your waterer when in your like whatever fertigation system that you're using, in between it and your substrate, it like dispenses the water and does it like it
it's better. Yeah,
it like it acts like a
it's a matrix pad.
yeah, it's like so it gives it more
Yeah,
even
it
water.
spreads it out.
It spreads it out and it gives it a more even watering. And that was a great idea shared to us by our good friend Brian 420 PM. So thank you again, buddy. We use that stuff for this application too. It's just sturdy. It makes everything just a lot easier. Has many uses.
So,
Yeah, I imagine so. Well, hey, I promised you guys lights. I said I was gonna put lights on my ghoster.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
There we go.
we're coming. Hold on. You're in the way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
going.
Wow, that is so cool. Put them on the big screen. Hell yeah. That is so wild.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
they're really pretty too.
I like it.
Damn, that thing is so cool.
It's sick. It's like a disc.
Club 54, baby.
Hell yeah.
you gotta have the strobe lights.
You got to.
That's really badass,
It's a
man.
dance mix all around the grow. Now that's cool. They're like programmable.
Yeah. Oh
Wow,
yeah.
It's really badass, man.
I want to get
I'm really
things.
impressed.
I want to redo one of my rooms and put lights like that up in the molding, the corner molding, have it shine up on the ceilings and shit. I think it'd look cool.
I think it
Well,
would
when
say-
you want to do that, man, I know where to get the lights. I can program them up for you, and I make
You know
it
what
so
I'm
that.
talking about, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like a nice crown molding about 2 inches down from in the angle of their ceiling, and then they run that all the way around there. When you turn the light on, boom, man, it shines up, you know?
Oh yeah. You just gotta make sure you want to diffuse it. You don't want like the lights just raw exposed because they
Hey,
look
that's
like
cool
shit.
man.
That is wild.
Yep.
You know, what else? Oh,
I'm really impressed, XYZ. You got a talent there, and it's pretty impressive to watch you do all these things, I gotta say.
yeah.
Well, it's slowly coming together. I wished I had it farther along today, but I ran out of hardware. Ran out of screws to bolt my pumps to my pump plate. So this is as
So
far
where-
as I got.
So XY, where do you get your plutonium, Dr. Brown?
I love it. That's good.
A little mad scientist action here.
Well, I steal it from the Iraqis.
There you go.
Hey, you know what else? While it's on my mind, I wanted to mention real quick with these seeds we have down. We mentioned that three of those strains are irregular, so we're gonna have to take sex tests and send them in. Our buddy Artman here was nice enough to facilitate once again a visit from our friend Jackson Freeman over at the Farmer Freeman XYZ sex test and that. And they got he's gonna come on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to get him on, not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I think our plants will be up and plenty big enough by then to be able to whack a leaf off. But he was gonna come on and talk to us and we'll do like a live trimming. We can ask him how big of a piece we can take, and we'll put it all, bag it all up, and get it ready to go right here on the show. So be sure to look for the show with Farmer Freeman coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna go over the instructions, how to take that, like Smart said, how to take those samples and get those mailed in. It's very easy and fun. And the instructions they're very easy to understand how much to take,
Yeah.
but we'll do it live and that'll be fun, I think.
And it
Because
saves you a lot of time on
Yes.
fixing them.
most definitely. Yeah, it saves time. And, you know, I remember our first time doing it, I wasn't sure. So, you know, it'll be nice for to show people exactly on camera how much it'll be. And I was really, I was surprised at how small amount you have to send in. So, are you okay, Smart? Smart had a choking
That
fit.
shit will take a lump out of a camel's back, man.
Okay, he is a little too hard.
This is that ghost train haze, man.
Woof.
They'll hit you by the boo boo, man.
It did. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
This would set them Arabs off, you know?
Oh my goodness. Oh.
What else?
So yeah, seed
Oh.
drop September 20th. That's a good round number too to remember, because that one thing I always like, I'm always forgetting, when did we drop? The next one will be like, when did we flip?
Yep.
When did we flip? But we'll make sure we have that written down, and we hope that you all will be following along with this grow with us and be able to watch that, watch our training techniques.
Art man's busy today, huh, buddy? What's going on
Yeah.
today?
I will be on Let's Be Buds at 9 Eastern.
That's
Rick
about an
was
hour.
kind enough to invite me on, so I'll be cutting out a little early, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You were really gonna want to go get ready and reset up and shit. So but
Yep.
yeah, it's cool, man. It's nice to see that Spartan looks badass.
Oh my
dude.
goodness.
I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up or whatever, but that fucking thing looks great. I was looking at his hands and shit. Hands are
Cool.
Oh yeah, it's just you bringing it to life. It's amazing.
I even saw, yeah, you guys gotta go check it out. Look at his hair.
And
Beard hair and shit. It's like, oh, so it's looking good. Art. I can't, I bet he's so excited to get that.
And I'm gonna put, I put those links in chat. I'm gonna put up Artman's Instagram and maybe the YouTube, because you shared actual clips of you painting that, and that is pretty awesome. So
I'm glad you liked it. It was different.
Was it? Did it make you feel weird painting with the camera on, even though it wasn't live?
No,
You're pretty
it didn't
much,
bother me.
you had like galleries and shit before, so you're pretty good with like your, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't care about that kind of stuff. It doesn't bother me.
See, that's cool, man. Sometimes I don't know. I like it's a big difference, but I guess you could kind of see where I would be questioned is because like when I'm plastering, if the homeowner's standing there watching me, I feel like it doesn't go as good for me as it does as if they're not watching me, you know? And it just even
Oh
though
God, I hate that. Even
You
as
know
a
what I mean?
carpenter, you don't want them, your foreman or your supervisor or the owner or anybody.
yeah. And I felt like
Absolutely.
I thought maybe that's the pressure you might have felt, you know, because when I thought to myself, like, people are gonna love to see this, someone painting and watching that come to life, you know.
hell
Yeah, it's like when they stand over me when I'm trying to make their machine work. It's like, can you please just step back a little bit?
You know what I always tell them, it ain't a spectator sport. I'm gonna have to ask you to move along, you know. This is your house, but I'm just swinging room, man. You know, I don't want to get plaster in your eyeball.
That's the way to put it.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to shock you with these wires, sir.
Yeah.
I must say, when Smart's doing his thing, it is a thing of beauty, in my opinion. It's an art to watch him change these rooms. And you know, he never gives me any shit either about watching him and taking small videos for my own personal enjoyment.
You're a little different.
But yeah, I think that I think it's cool. But
Damn.
Smart does get kind of bashful even when I'm doing it and getting a little too close to the camera.
Hey, you guys make hash in the chat. Nah, I'm sorry. I changed I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
Was you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I was reading this. I'm buying some new bags today, first of all, but I wanted to come to the show and everybody's been telling me get the sides with the mesh,
Tell them what ton of bags first, because they're probably lost at what you're even
Oh,
talking
hash
The hash
bags
bags.
for sifting through your screen, like the 25, 43 micron, all those. I wanted to get the mesh sides only because I never had them before. We always had the fabric sides, and now everybody's saying they're good, which I have no doubt about it. But I was just wondering if anybody had suggestions, suggestions on a good bag, because that's a vital part of making hash, man. That's not something you want to
Bubble bags.
Yeah.
Bubble bags, buddy. Yeah, it's the one. What is it? Bubble. I think I got a sticker right here. It's the one with the mesh sides. Go with the mesh sides. You don't want to go with any of the vinyl sides because they'll crumble eventually, and you'll have that stuff in your stuff.
Yep.
Oh, you don't
It's
want
the,
that.
Bubble bag, dude. That's the ones with the one Rowdy made me. Rowdy made me buy those. The full mesh one. He was right though. He was absolutely 100% right because the full mesh, they drain quicker. They do not crumble eventually. So
well, like Ross and Nate there, you guys know that dude's really rocking it when it comes to making some freaking hash, man. And I figured what better time to get on there. Oh, see shit. Here's the question for you, Rock. My mind starts working faster than my lips. Hey, Rock. Yeah, there you go. He's already answered.
Evolution.
25, 45, 160, 220.
See, that's
Evolution bags. There you go. I would trust him over what I said.
Well, this is what I want to say to Rock. I trust him, but this is something I don't understand because I know some of the best shit I thought I ever had came from that. Was it the 73 or was it a 90? One of those. There was a 70 or a 90 something in there. And I mean,
73.
One after another, fire coming off. That was like my favorite one. And then I see a lot of people cutting that out, man. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to screw myself over, but I also don't want to, be putting all that extra bag through there. My other question was going to be, it wasn't bag size, it was going to be for Ross and Nate. Shit. Well, okay. I got this one strain we grew, and dude, it's the Northern Lights, and when you bust it up. When we bust up a joint of it, no shit, looks like a lot of coke laying there when I'm scooping it up to put it in the thing. There's just trikes falling. You can feel like on your fingers. Something that's a little bit sandy. And I was wondering if Northern Lights is known for being a good hash washer, because common sense tells me just messing with these buds a little bit that they're going to wash great. And that's one of my reasons here is to go. I know that's not a pretty technical way of figuring out a pre-wash, but damn, dude. It's not
well,
bad.
I think it's all that armor SI use, man.
It could be. They're frosty, man. Well, that one there seems what doesn't it? It seems frosty when you pick up, like I use my papers, the top of the pack of papers to scoop it up and put it in my joint. And there's always a big rail of white trikes just everywhere. And then, like I was telling her, I can feel them all over my fingers. It's almost like they've been dusted or something when I'm trying to roll the joint. And I just kept thinking, like, man, I need to wash this, but I need new bags. And it kind of got me rolling this direction. Winter's coming,
Yeah, but you know what? The dry sift is a little easier. I think I just had I'm overwhelmed now. I have a lot to sift. I'm thinking maybe I want to wash some of that.
Are you gonna do the cold wash?
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to just get our water super, super cold and not a lot of ice. I want to try it just sticking our buckets out in the porch in the winter where it just starts to get that skim top of ice crystals starting at the top. That's what we like to use.
Hey, XYZ is the best, man. These cold Pittsburgh nights or the concrete back porch. We sat them buckets out there, man, and put everything on the porch or in the freezer, everything from the spoon, the bags, everything was kept cold until the minute it was used. And as soon as it was done being cleaned up, it got put right back in the cold. We just kept rolling like that. But I sat them buckets out on the back porch and I had like a 1 inch layer on the top. I literally slid the top out. It still had the shape of a bucket. You know what I mean? I was slid it
Yeah.
off. And I was like, damn, there's still a lot of water in it. We used that shit, man. And all I put in there was one big double handful of ice to kind of maintain the temperature as the friction warmed it up, you know? And that ice lasted for a while. And it was my impression from all the people that make this killer hash is you don't want a lot of ice because it'll grind and make like a grinding motion. The ice is there to maintain temperature. I think the littlest is better. It's the vortex we're looking for, if I know.
Yeah.
If
from
I'm
what we've
understanding,
learned.
yeah. The vortex is the shit, man. Hey, this one,
I remember when we first started watching Frenchie videos.
I can't
We couldn't
understand him.
understand it
I
really.
still can't. I just kind of got to look at what he's doing and go from there. I cannot understand. People are like, oh, you'll catch on, just watch. It's total Greek, man. I don't know what it is, but
But we did catch on. I mean, we did watch. That's how we learned. It was watching him.
I had Weidner doing all the, he speaks French and Canadian. He speaks French and Canadian. So we
can translate those videos.
he translate.
Well, he's in the chat. He's in the chat, but I'm surprised he's not speaking up. I'm watching the chat right now.
And we want to watch that hash live one night. So success or fail, you guys be right there with us. Check it out. See what kind of scoopage comes out of them bags and that. I love the smell of that first frozen water ripping, dude.
It is.
That good buzz when they're cold. That they just walk. Oh man.
And it's fun. You know, once a year, we haven't done it it's been a minute.
Not last winter at all.
We didn't do it last winter at all, but you know what, we'll do it once this winter and then I'll be good for a whole year because it is a lot of work. Takes hours.
You get a lot though because you build up a lot over that time.
It's sticky and gooey and not the easiest to work with compared to dry sift, but
don't be like us. Save up a whole bunch of material and then overload your washer because it fucks everything up, man. It'll stop working. Then you got to get all your material and shit out of there, clean up around the bottom where the washer part meets the bottom. It gets
all the while not knowing if it's ever going to fire back up.
Yeah.
It's just literally just
now all your shit's like been soaking in water that's warming up by the minute. And I'm just like, you know, so don't overload them, man. We put a half of a grocery bag in there. You know, the brown grocery bags, old school. We dumped like a half of one of those in there and it was
damn.
Yeah, it was too much.
A little much.
We had so much to work through, it kind of just got a little too anxious, you know?
I want to use the fish bag that zips up and put it right in the water that way. It'll be just a lot easier.
We tried it before, and what happened? Do you remember? You don't remember, do you? It beat that, the bag only lasted like 2 runs, and then it opened up anyhow. And I said, to hell with that bag. To hell with them fellas. Buzzards got to eat, same as the worms.
I see a lot of people in chat saying that they dry trim. Somebody should come on and show us that as well.
Doing the dry trim.
Or dry sift. I mean, dry
Dry
sift,
sift.
not dry trim. Dry sift.
Dry sifter, yeah. See, I like
I've never
dry-
done that.
Well, I do the dry sift. Here's the thing with the dry sift is I use the Mugobi trim tray, which is awesome for it, by the way. And our good buddy Weed Nerd suggested putting a back massager on it, and it's loud. Like I have a back massager, and you put it up against that metal, and it's very loud. I just put earplugs in, and I like set it up like where it's vibrating. I shim it, if you will, if you could follow along with it, like just shimming it with this massager. I shut the door and I walk away for a few minutes. I come back in, I turn it off, I collect it, and I just keep doing that.
I want to say
Because it can be really loud.
say something here. I think sifting, and chat can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when you sift, you want to use some of the same principles as washing. My example would be the first time you vibrate that, you should just hit it for a minute or two, shut it off, and collect that. And I think that's some of your best shit, because I noticed the longer you vibrate it, the more things hit.
Right. And it is just like Smart said, you do a minute. I've always do a minute, at least a minute. And you know, and I collect it. And the more I can see in the color difference too, when I'm sifting, it starts to change a little bit. Plus, I found that if my material is pretty, you know, cut up and broken up prior to going into that tray, it just makes it a little easier, less.
Hey, Claude in the chat said, come troll us at that smoke show tonight around 10 to 11 Eastern. I really think it's 11 PM, but you know, you smoke and forget. I don't know that show, but someone could come after Artman's show. That sounds like a place, maybe if you're still up and want somewhere to go, you guys could hang out there.
Yeah, that's why I asked him for the link, and he was kind enough to share that. So
Was it shared?
yeah, he shared the link,
Oh,
so you all can go. And I found when I clicked the link, I wasn't even subscribed. So thank you, Claude. I'm subscribed, and for the future, hopefully, Smut and I have an obligation to get to every Wednesday night after our show. And if we do make it back in time, that's something we can check out, which would be cool.
Yes.
But yeah, we have.
Thanks for sharing that, man.
That's why I like having everybody has a ranch. You can share that, and thank you. That's pretty cool.
So back to the hash.
Hash.
When Yin's guys making hash again this winter? Are you Art?
I've never made hash. I don't even
Okay.
know how.
I'm waiting for a word from Hashman John. I don't know if we'll be washing or doing dry ice. Depends if the dry ice is available. I got a lot though. I need to do something.
Yeah, time to start processing it, huh?
Yep. Don't have any room.
So what-
Like to go around that.
I know, it's pretty cool. And you know
So-
what? It's
I
Go
got
ahead.
a quick question. So what do you use for your hash? Do you use I've got bags and bags and bags of flour, and I'm never going to get through all of it. What, you make hash with that, or what do you do?
hell yeah.
Already
You make
dried
lots of
then,
Any of that.
of course.
It's
Well, it's
dried.
not- Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Smart actually likes it dry and like
I like my.
cured.
This has been my experience so far, guys, and I'm not as experienced as a lot of other people, but we've done fresh frozen a few times, and we've done dried and cured a few times. I personally like the dried and cured hash better for some reason. I can't put my finger on it. I think the terps are a little stronger maybe in the fresh frozen. I see the appeal there. There's just something about the way that the dried and cured hash the workability of it into like temple balls and just, I don't know. It seemed a different, how do I want to put this? It seemed to change a lot more during the curing after making the hash than the fresh frozen did when we held it onto it for a while. There was little things that I seen was different. And I come to the conclusion that at this point, I like the dry shit better. I like dried and cured. And it don't matter if it's trim or bud, as long as it's dried and cured proper and it still is like nice product going in. That's my jam, dude. And so it makes it easy too. I don't need a bunch of freezer space, and
But one thing does like that I noticed, and like Smart said, we have only done each kind a few times each. So I feel like we're greenhorns at it a little bit. We're learning as we go. But the fresh frozen that we've done, it was like a lot harder to work with. I found a lot harder to work with. It was very sticky. In fact, there was some that we just completely lost because it got stuck in the bag, and like we could not get it out. It was like, I don't know, like a sticky.
It was like
tar.
molasses
like,
in wintertime.
Yeah, it's unpleasant. I was cursing it for
You
the hard work and what it took, what that bag stole from me.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And here's the other thing, XYZ. How do I want to say this? Like, I don't know how to do this, but you can take some of your buds, right? I know you can do this, I just don't know how. You can take some of your buds, man, put them in a jar with ice and water. You put like maybe I don't know, 10 grams or, I think I think they put 14 grams in, but it's fresh. It's not dried and cured. So you might be able to go with a lot less, but you put that in there nonetheless, shake it up, and you can kind of hold that jar up on an angle and see the amount of trike heads that are built up in there. And a lot of times I know these hash makers that are good at it, that's their test to see if that shit's even worth washing. You know what I mean? So someone like you and I, we don't really know. I'll just start washing shit, bro. It might some of it comes
Yeah,
back a whole lot, some of
yeah.
it gets next to nothing. And then a lot of times we just mix it all together and we'll have like 3 different piles of trash and we'll wash all of them together, make just like a full spectrum. It comes out great. But
I think the last time we washed like 5 or 6 different strains. We did them individually, washed them individually, but then ended up just putting it all together anyway. So I think from now on, we're just gonna wash it all together. Because it seemed to be an extra step that didn't need to happen. It seemed like it maybe would have saved some time had we just been measured amounts in going through instead of doing a whole strain and measured amounts. It's just
there's some righteous hash makers in the chat and around the community, man. It really, that's where I got a lot of this stuff, but I haven't been paying attention enough to really have it down to where I feel comfortable dictating it to other people, because some of that shit, I still don't know why it's stuck all through our bags like that, man. I had them cold in the freezer and everything. And we couldn't get it off. Then you couldn't have it dry like you can some of the other ones,
We'll have to do hash on a live show some night, but tonight's our seed dropping.
Well, I wanted to say one more thing before we change.
Sure.
The other thing I liked is we was able to take that. I'm not a big dabber, or smoking like in bowls and stuff. I like them temple balls made with the dried and cured buds. It was like a fudge round, man. I just leave it sit there and it would start to flatten down level to the table, man, just from being in the room temperature. So I pull a piece of that off and you could roll it out real nice and easy and lay it in a joint, snake in the grass, And
there you go.
That's my favorite way of consuming it, man. Call me crazy. That's my favorite way of smoking hash is putting it in a joint.
You're crazy.
I always
free.
Call it. I mean, call a lot worse, huh?
I like the snake in the grass too. Just add something so nice to the joint. But it'll get your tolerance up too. You got to watch out with that and use it in good moderation, or you're gonna have to take a step back. That's not fun. Or at least that's the trouble I came into the conclusion. We were starting to do our hash and learning how to do all that at the same time we were learning to do edibles, and we did get our tolerance up into a place that it wasn't fun because we weren't getting high off of anything until we then took a break, and it seemed to
I guess smoke a quarter pound just to get high.
Your lungs hurt and you don't even feel high. But then this is some good ass weed, and I don't feel like it's quite doing what it should, and you kind of because how your weed was before. I don't know. I don't know. Just not. I'm a flower smoker, man. I don't know. That's my thing.
And no one really.
What's that?
Nothing beats old school Middle Eastern hash. I'm telling you, that shit was great.
I believe you, man. Our buddy Weed Nerd tells us all the time about how them Canadians, we get all that different kinds of hash and that. And you know what, Art, man? Before I made my own hash at the age of 36 or whatever age I was, I had only smoked it twice in my life. Once it was the dude called it blonde hash. Both times, garbage, dude. I didn't get high at all. And I didn't even know anything about hash, how it was made. I thought it came from inside the plant or some shit, man. I had no idea. I think someone told me that one. It comes from the roots of the plant or something. And it kind of stuck with me. Yeah. And so the dude's like, this blonde hash is fire. When we smoked it, I didn't get shit. That's how we did it though. They had knives and then they were putting it on a pin, but they were just holding the cup over top of their fingers, so it would build up under there and then pass the pin, pass the cup kind of deal. And I never got high on anything, but I hear all you older heads saying that you used to get all this good shit. I'm like, damn, I missed that. We didn't have anything here in Pittsburgh. Maybe I just didn't know the right people, you know?
That was it. Pittsburgh's a huge city. There's
Yeah.
got to be hash in there somewhere.
Blonde hash. My big,
Lebanese blonde.
you know, that's
But you know, the hash is just the flavors that you
Yeah.
get out of the hash. It's amazing. And getting to try other people's hash and realizing that, you know, we got to get back into this. We want to do this again. And the flavors are so amazing.
you know,
And that's one thing.
Watermelon Skittles, right?
Yeah.
Fired you up.
Watermelon Skittles.
Yeah, buddy. Good shit.
Oh yeah. Then that's one more thing I wanted to say about the fresh frozen. Then we can maybe get to these seeds. Is the fresh frozen smelled better to me? It had that smell.
much turfier, man.
It smelled much terpier. A pain in the ass to work with, but that's what I'll go. In closing on that, my opinion is I am with Smart. I like it to be cured and then washed. So
And-
we're pretty much done with the fresh frozen.
Yeah, and we're in the minority there, but that's where we live, right? In the minority of a lot of other things that we
That's
do.
right. In Pennsylvania, you ain't going to give me the opportunity to grow my own plants anytime soon. So
Yeah, they just turned us down today, man. They shut it all down. Home grow. They fucked us again, man. And you know what's crazy? The Senator Sharif, the guy that introduced the home grow bill, supposedly was all for it until just the last couple of days. I guess lobbyists got to him, different things, and so he stood up there today. Was that today or
I
yesterday?
think it was yesterday.
My days are running together. But he stood up there and he said, you know, at this time, we feel that it's not the best thing. And I'm in my fucking head, I'm screaming, why? Just say why. Everybody wants to know why. What any good fucking reason could you have, you know? And then I started losing my composure, you know, let them get me off my square. But
That's okay. You know, plans will just get postponed. I'll be able to dream up my perfect grow room that is just to be put on the back burner. And I'm going to keep that room empty until I'm not even using it for anything else until I can get my grow down in there.
And here's what they shut down, and I'll shut the hell up, I swear to God, when it comes to this subject. They shut it down. His argument for it was that you guys are charging way too much at the medical dispensaries. People out there that really need this medicine for seizures, whatever the case may be. Like it's not just for them to get high, you know, they can't afford it. So this would afford them the ability to be able to have their medicine for a much cheaper price and really, you know, get their medicine tuned in, because it's expensive. It's hard to go to the dispensary and buy a $60 ace and realize, you know, maybe that's not the one for me, and then go to another one. If you can grow it at home, you can do different shit. And so they're in essence shutting down people's access to medicine, and they won't give any reasons why. There's no fucking good reason that they're giving us why. It's not about us, me and Crispy, not going to jail. It's just the freedom that should be there, period. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
it's
all-
a crime. It's a high crime they're
Absolutely.
committing.
They didn't even approach it as people just want the freedom to go recreational. They approached it as people need to grow their medicine at home, and still said public's too fucked up. We're not giving it to them, you know?
I guess they don't get the concept of don't tread on me, but that's an issue for another another time. I
Outlaws
guess.
for life. Anyhow, moving
yeah.
on. Let's get these seeds under the water, right?
Yeah, let's see them seeds go in.
Yeah.
Seats. Crowd is screaming. I see pitchforks. I see torches.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's a doobie. Sorry, that was a doobie.
Ah,
No torch.
We-
The
yeah,
torch
we
is for the
already-
dabs.
I'll go dump them.
Yeah, you can go dump them. We already scuffed them. Do you want to take this and just show them like what you do in front of
Yeah.
the camera?
Yeah, I can try.
And then
Yeah,
have a-
scuffing works. Scuffing
yeah, the
works.
scuffing's pretty cool. We've been using it for a minute. You know where you got it? Okay. So we just take a tube of sandpaper, roll it up in a tube, and then we have it tied with wire, and then we just stick our seeds in there, and we'll put it in there, and it makes this cool little noise, and we sing a song and do this cool dance, and then we didn't want to do that for you on the camera, but there's the seeds. And he does. He's still gonna do the shuffle, and he's not singing the song or doing the dance. Maybe he's doing the dance.
Yeah, you don't know that. You can't see it. He probably is.
He may have been doing the dance, so I'm hoping, because that's where the luck is.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it.
Yeah, shake it like a Polaroid picture. That's the
Nurk's going
That's
in.
the one.
The New England rock candy in the water. The clock starts now. Life
All
begins.
right.
Yay! Happy birthday! That's the white LSD. Oh, how exciting. I think there's there's 3 in there. Now, we've popped 2 of these seeds before. We got a 5-pack of the white LSD, and we popped 2 before with no luck. So we're going with the rest of them. We hope we can get 1 to germ.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock's
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah. BTFF, that's Chef OMJ's. I don't want to mess it up. Bermuda. I know I'm gonna screw it up, so I'm not even gonna say anything. Blue Muta Triangle.
Blue muted
Farmer's
triangle.
Fire. So there you have it. Blue Muta Triangle crossed with Farmer's Fire. All right. Now
Well,
lava cake. So that's a feminized. So the first 3 were regs. No, the Nurk's feminized too. I'm sorry. So feminized. Stacy.
oh, Stacy, yes.
Stacy. Oh yeah. Happy birthday. Woo woo. This is so exciting. I'm just excited about this grow. It's that time of year too where the cooler temperatures are rolling in, and it just makes it for a less stressful grow when you're not fighting heat and humidity. How about it? Grease monkey.
Grease monkey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's you.
I bet that humidity sucks in the summer.
It does. It sucks. It gets away from us sometimes, and yeah, we deal with it. It's just this last grow too. That's purple tie.
Purple tie.
Yeah, this last grown through the summer. We came through though. We knew we were gonna have problems, and we did it. Now this grow, I feel like we can totally relax and enjoy it and have fun with it. And that is okay. That's OC growers that let me see. I have it written. Yeah, I have it written down. That is Black Lime Reserve times with Peanut Butter Belts, Black Butter Reserve. So
That's a lot of butter.
I know, right?
That's a little different than the one he gave me. He sent me some, but mine was Black Lime Reserve crossed with rainbow butter.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is Black Lime Reserve crossed with Peanut Butter Belts.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You got a lot going there.
Yeah, I know. I know it's a lot going on right now. We're glutton for punishment, right?
Well, you got to do what you got to do. You never know.
We're hoping it's fun. We want to get 2 tents full out of this, have 2 tents up and running, growing. See how it works out. We're gonna be doing what you turn the light off.
Oh, shit. Hey, did you see the temp?
Yeah, I could see the temperature. We set that at 81.
Yep.
So the heat mat that those are under. Good
Yeah,
job,
you
baby.
Thank you.
You
Thank you
gotta
very much.
heat them seeds up. That's what got me Miami Aces. I didn't heat my first rack and they were out in that sun. But when I heated up the second time, they all popped.
Yeah, it's good to that warm water, man. It helps them, you know. I didn't acclimate those seeds either. I just got them out of the fridge like 6 hours before the show. I was told before I should do that like 2 or 3 days so they kind of can warm up. I guess the reason behind that is it helps the metabolic processes take hold a little bit quicker or whatever and give them a better chance. Sounds good, you know, so I try to do it.
Well, it's the way you're doing it working for you. I
Well,
think it is.
Yeah, I try to get them out early when I can.
Yeah,
we have before.
we have, and it's
Not
very
done.
sick.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So we've done it both ways.
yeah, we have. So we're hopeful.
8 o'clock. So there we go.
Yeah, because like we had this plan for a minute, and then it's just what 6 hours ago. We're like, shit. it's 6 hours.
Yeah. Oh
Oh
my God. The one thing we had to do days ago, we didn't get done, but
wow.
now we're on our way to buffering some cocoa. I think we can maybe do some of that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna start that process tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
fun times, fun times.
So you don't buy
Yeah.
the buffered cocoa?
No,
Not yet.
no.
I want to get the buffered cocoa.
Here's
That's
why I
that-
don't buy at XYZ. We've been in cocoa for cannabis for 5 years now. And the only people I've seen come through that chat that's we're running into all these problems. And the only thing we could narrow it down to was unbuffered cocoa that was quote unquote pre-buffered, you know, and it just seemed like a lot of people that I knew. Now I will say there's been exceptions to that rule. Playground seems to be one of the exceptions to that rule. Our buddy Sour Diesel Tangy, a couple other guys. But I'm the type of dude,
Yeah.
man. There's no fucking way I'm leaving some asshole in a factory somewhere in charge of my buffering. That's something that I have to see done before my guys. I need to put the labor in. They don't care about my.
I'll be the asshole in this factory. He's gonna trust.
Hey, it's $10 a seed if you screw it up. So
Exactly. Well,
yeah,
that's how
you
they
don't want it.
spend see, not to mention, you know, them good
I,
genetics we only have.
thorough. We're thorough. Yeah.
Money ain't the problem. I can't get NERC no more. You know, I can't get like some of these strains.
Yeah.
So I want to have I want to give, I don't know. It just feels bad to me, I guess, XYZ. If you do run into problems and you didn't buffer, and that's going to be one constant in the equation that's always going to be a question mark. How do you figure out equation if there's one that's always a question mark? You know what I mean?
Yep, always the X.
It's always the X.
Right, but you know what? Like Smart said, playground. Just people that are respected members of the community use it and has said it worked. I didn't show any signs, but you know, I'm with Smart. It's just better in this situation where, you know, we have Stacy, we have NERC, we have Chef OMJ's seeds that we've been wanting to do for quite some time, and OC Grower.
We're not letting it to
And we
chance.
don't want to screw this up for sure, because that'll be a hurt piece. We'll take it personally. I just know it.
And here's the
I feel
other part of
bad.
this XYZ vector.
Well,
Then
hold on. I only have one thing to say.
Yep.
If you want it done right, do it your damn self.
Well, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
one of the big influences in our lives has also been the Growing with My Fellow Growers Cheap Home Grow show since way back during Shane and all that. And even when Chef OMJ used to be there all the time. You guys probably remember him from there if you've been watching
and
that
that's
show.
here.
So part of the label of that show is cheap home grow. Let's be honest, most home growers are construction workers and shit just like you and I. And they don't have a very highly expendable income. And a lot of guys, their wives are like, no, fuck that, man. You're not paying that money for that light. You're not putting more money into it. So not only do you get a product from a cheap block of cocoa, you can turn a cheap block of cocoa into a lot of good cocoa for a good price. It just requires labor, you know, and that's what everybody's buying their way out of when you buy that is strictly labor, because yours is always going to be better buffered at home. So, part of this whole thing is I'd rather see someone buy a 5 kilo block, buffer it themselves at home and get run 3 or 4 tenths off of that one same block than to buy a $40 bag that they're only going to fill 2 pots with. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Well, my buffered cocoa's cheap here It's like $20 a bag.
Okay.
And I haven't had any, I've had issues, but I don't think it was ever the cocoa, which I'm lucky because one time I will get a bag, I guarantee you, not even think about it, put it in, and then calcium, I'll be spraying calcium on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we got lucky a few times because we weren't doing our buffer the right way when we started because we hadn't came to the right website yet and got bad information, found out we were doing it wrong, so we got lucky. And still with buffering, we missed some steps that we thought, oh, that just doesn't seem like all that necessary. And it turned out to bite us in the ass. And, if you follow the instructions over at Cocoa for Cannabis on how to buffer your cocoa and you follow those instructions, you'll have no problems.
Yeah. This is one of those things, man, where it's not an opinion based thing. There's a physics behind this. And it's like, the cation exchange between your fertigation solution and the cocoa, it's going to rob that of a calcium ion, and it's always going to release potassium to do so. Until we satiate that exchange as much as we can, it's going to happen. There's no, this, that, or the other. It's just the way you can't fuck with physics, right? So this has a step that has to be done correctly.
The chemical exchange is important.
Yeah.
And it's not hard. It's easy. You just follow the steps. And
that's the whole thing there, XYZ. We're pretty passionate about making our own cocoa. Maybe this is how the soil growers feel about buying bagged pre-mixed soil versus the stuff that they kind of do themselves. They put it together, they know what's in there. I kind of feel like this is our little kinship with them.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, mixing up your own cocoa, I've never done it. And I mean, it's not hard. You just mix up CalMag and you soak it for, like 5 hours and then drain it out, strain it out.
We soak ours for a full day.
We do like we do a 12-hour soak and then we'll rinse it out. We won't rinse it. We drain it and then replace and do a second soak.
Yep. I usually do it the next day.
It's important.
I usually do it the next day, XYZ, because after fucking with it and getting it that far, I just don't feel like dealing with it again until.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I'm done. I served my penance for the day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
why do today what you can put off till tomorrow?
That's true. That's like one of my favorite sayings anyway. Why do it today and what you can put off till tomorrow? And that stuff's not bad. I don't mind any of those steps. Rehydrating it, it's fun.
How's Heartman's plants doing, huh? We haven't seen them for a while.
Oh, they're doing okay. Here, hang on a second.
Oh yeah, they're taking off. Yeah, they're looking good.
Yeah, that's 5 weeks. So
Dude,
a little slow now, but then again, I treated them for spider mites, and there's vermiculite all over it right now. That's from the
from shaking the bugs out. Oh, dude,
yeah,
I had a second there. I forgot.
But,
Art's not taking any chances this grow.
No, I've overkill. Well, Dean says he likes overkill when it comes to predator or to insects.
Do you want you want to tell everybody what you got going there in case they haven't been following along as closely as some of the other folks? What that was?
I found spider mites in my flower room. So, and they were quite bad. I looked under the canopy and there was pretty bad infestation. So I cleaned it all out and I took a couple clones from my veg plants that I had and cleaned everything out, threw everything away pretty much. I got some colas from the New England rock candy though. I put them in the freezer, but other than that, I cleaned everything up and put the 2 clones in my cloning dome and dropped 150 ladybugs in there for a couple weeks. Yeah, for a couple weeks. Then I got some citric acid and I dunked the plants and then let's see, I put citric acid. Then I bought the Persimmillis Predators, and I'm releasing them now. So everything, and it's been about 3 weeks. So the life cycle of the spider mite's about 2 weeks, I believe. They can only exist like 10 days off of a plant or something like that. So anyway,
That's pretty cool.
all of it together, yeah, it should give me a clean slate. But there was 2,000 predators in that little bottle, and they're nasty looking little red things. They are evil looking little things, but stick 'em, boys. Rocinante said, release the hounds.
Yeah.
Go big or go home, man.
Well, the wife wanted to keep Flow OG too. We're particular to that. We're fond of that strain, so do anything I could to keep it. Well, not anything, but it wasn't that bad.
Right. No, it seems like they come along. They looking good too.
Hell yeah.
But that's why vermiculite's on the top of all of your plants, is because you released the 2,000 Persimmillis.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of clones in my cloning dome too. They have some of the vermiculite on them too. So
good deal.
I took care of everything. So by the time it's done, I should be clean. I'm sure I was clean before because I bleached everything. Alcohol everywhere on my equipment. I nuked it from orbit, like I say.
Yeah, you did.
Oh. Yeah, you took like extra steps and extra precautions on after you found out. So I think that when you're going overboard on that, you're pretty well can guarantee, I'd say at that point, right?
I would hope so. Yeah. Some people didn't like the length I went. They said I could have saved my crop as far as that goes, but they didn't see the underside of that canopy. It was pretty bad. Although it didn't have a bunch of webbing, so it's never gotten to that point. I've only had them twice.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, right?
And they all stink except for your own.
Well, I do listen to some of them. I mean, some of them were very smart people, so I did consider what they were saying. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, because they probably had a logical solution. But I'm with you. I mean, I will just forget the logic. I will just go with my own opinion, and I want to do it. And I would go extra too, just like you did.
I have a question for you, Art Man. I don't want to put this. Are you going to change anything on your end on going in and out of your room, or do you think you got lax?
Oh, I already have. I won't even wear the same pants down here anymore.
Yeah.
I will switch out my pants. I have special shoes to come down here in. And I got a new washer and dryer, so that's going to definitely be included. And I've also put some legs underneath the. This is a physical barrier. I don't know how good it's going to be, but there are legs underneath there, and they are coated with Tangle Trap. It is a goo that protects trees from insect infestations. So there is also a physical barrier on that one and in my flower room. So I don't know if that will help, but
it can't hurt.
If I could have a little guy with a machine gun down there, I would do it.
No, that's good, man. We all get complacent, right? And we kind of because I know there's been times where I've even forgotten. I'm like, oh shit, I was out in the yard poking at my tomatoes like 2 hours ago and totally forgot,
There you go. I was the only vector. Nobody else comes down here. The cat doesn't come down here. Nothing. I was it. So
Art, the only thing you need, and then you have perfect clean room, is a little sticky mat that they put down right before you walk in and change your shoes. But no, I understand, man. I would totally nuke my system if I started seeing webs on them. I'd be like, oh no, this is done. We're gonna shut down. We're gonna clean everything.
Right. Well, there's factors I think that go into that, and we spoke about this not to very great length before, which is do you have enough bud to cover you while you cut your plants down and get rid of them? Or was you really relying on this harvest, or, you don't have any clones of this and you really need to get it through? Or, I could see circumstances where one would say, I'm fighting this tooth and nail to the end. And then I can see circumstances where hey, if I can just save them 2 clones, reset, I got plenty of bud, So it's like, there's a scale there. You kind of got to sit down and weigh it out for yourself. But that wouldn't dismiss anyone's opinion or what they think. I think it's applicable only to your situation.
And every situation is different.
Through that.
Soil is a lot different than what I was going through too, because I can sterilize everything.
Right.
So you guys with soil, it's kind of hard to. You'd have to throw everything out. Well, no, that's not true.
You just
There
have
are
to
methods. There are
Yeah.
nematodes. There's all kinds of predators. So
Yeah.
But-
Well, you know what we always say, man, and I know you guys echo this, and that's an ounce of prevention's worth a pound of cure,
or a pound of weed.
or a pound of weed. Depending on get the best pound. Good one.
Well, it's time for a coffee, and
Another joint.
tis the season. I'm going to go make us some pumpkin spice flavored coffee, and a coffee flavored coffee for Smont
Yeah. Just,
and Rowdy.
And rowdy, I was gonna say.
no sugar. My damn doctor got me no sugar, so now it's just milk. I like a little sugar in my coffee. Not much, about a half a teaspoon or so.
Yeah, it makes the medicine go down a lot better.
I got to figure out how Berkshire made his coffee, man. I don't say this lightly, guys. It was the best cup of coffee I ever had in my life. Hands down, and second place wasn't even close. When he handed me this shit black, bro, I took a couple sips of it, nothing in it, and it was just amazing. And this is all he did. Like, I really wasn't paying attention all the greatest, but he put these beans in a thing like a grinder, like a weed grinder, a big one with a big handle.
Oh, a press, the French press. That's what that was.
No, he grinded them up and he put them over, he weighed them out and everything, man. And then he put like beans on this little screen on top of a funnel and he poured water in it. And it takes a while for this water to just slowly sieve through, kind of like a fucking hash bag, And then after like 2 minutes, you add a little more coffee and some other stuff. But he had the temperature of his water and everything. Like he was all out, dude. It looked like he was mixing newts on the counter or something. Like Professor. It was awesome, dude. You would have really appreciated him. He had his green.
Oh, yeah.
He was weighing out. It looked like he was making bullets, man. And I'm like, damn. So he did this process. It took like 6-8 minutes for the whole thing. And I tell you what, man, when he was done, he had the best coffee. And
Well, he's in chat and he's saying it's mostly about the beans and a good grinder.
dude, I told my wife, I was like, what we're gonna have to do is get a hold of Burke and do like a phone call on the Instagram so I could really get one good walkthrough without the distraction of, being on vacation or, all that stuff. And it was like, because I really want to do that, man. You couldn't drink that coffee like you do regular coffee or something about it. It's like 1 or 2 cups of that shit and you're good. And it's not because you had too much sometimes coffee is acidic. It fucks my stomach up really bad, dude. Like super bad some days. And that stuff I think is going to be a lot better for us because I don't know. You have to try it. It really will change your relationship with coffee. I've been drinking coffee wrong my whole entire life, dude. You can drink it black every day. But anyhow, cheers, Bert. Appreciate it. They were local shit. He buys his stuff local. People buy the beans and roast them, I think, right by his house, and then he goes and buys it. Maybe that's part of it too, right?
Yeah, well, that's what he's saying. It's all about the beans.
Yeah.
In chat.
Just like growing buds, it's all about the beans. You need a good seed, right?
Damn straight, Skivvy.
We got some there, and I'm excited, man. So if anybody's wondering, we stuck those, put them in the water. Matt's on 81 degrees, freedom height, and what we'll do is let them soak in there until tomorrow morning. Probably, I don't know, before lunch. I'll get them out of there and get them into whether they're cracked open, whether they're floating or not, doesn't matter. We'll get them out of there. And I see like a fly or something in my tent. You see that?
Not enough resolution.
But I'll put those after about 12 hours of soaking. I'll put them into the rapid rooters that we have. And then they'll just sit in there waiting for them to come up, man. We're gonna
Them
take,
rapid rooters rock.
yeah, but you got to take one rapid rooter and tear off little pieces and put them down in that hole so your feed doesn't fall clear to the bottom. Then it starts just wrapping up in a circle and shit. You know, you gotta
Yep.
make. I don't like the way the hole is, so we're gonna redo it our own way. You know, and that was a tip
Oh, yeah.
from Burke, man. Another tip from Berkshire is to put that piece right in the hole there. You know.
Yep. You got the hole's too small.
I wasn't using the hole. I was splitting the whole thing, the whole top, just ripping that hole open and kind of going in the little spongy side piece a little bit as much as I could. But by the time I put them back in, some had popped out. I like his way much better. So we're gonna rip little pieces off, put them in the rapid rooters hole so they don't fall all the way to the bottom, and then we'll let them rip. And then you guys can watch right here, because a lot of times I like to give people advice on how we do ours. I think it's good that if someone can watch you grow, use the principles that you preach from day to day, week to week, and see the results time after time again. It gives more credibility and validity to these new guys coming in that are getting a flood of information, man. They're getting from this site, this site, this site, don't do this, do this, you know. And some of it, let's be honest, there's some authoritative figures out there giving some not so great advice. They got 50,000 followers, and I go there and it's just, oh man, it's almost disheartening. So it's nice when people can see it, listen to it, and watch it right in front of you. There's nothing, you know. So that's part of our goal here is, and we may really drop the ball. That's
I hope not.
that's part of life too. You know what I mean? That's part of growing. You do this long enough, you're gonna fuck up. You're gonna get the bugs. You're gonna cook them. You're gonna break stems. You're gonna, you know.
Yeah, you know, I thought of today walking. I have a habit of walking around outside in my yard with no shoes. I love to feel my feet in the grass and get intimate with the ground, I
Yeah.
guess. And I come in the house and go right up
Yep.
to the grow room.
Yep.
You know, I almost went inside, even though we don't have plants. I stepped in the doorway and I'm like, oh shit, I was outside.
Yep.
And that's all it would take
Uh-huh.
for anything like that to happen. And you know,
That's so crazy. Where I live, I can walk outside. Well, you never walk outside without your shoes on.
You burn your
But
feet.
oh yeah,
I'll burn your feet off for one, and then you're walking on either concrete or rocks. There's grass out here, but not mine.
Yeah, that's true. I guess we take that for granted. Hey, I
Yeah.
cut my grass on the highest setting my mower will go. So it's like a big lush green.
It feels
All of our
like
neighbors,
perfect.
they have their shit so perfectly cut, real tight to the ground and shit. And then you get a hot week in the summer, guess what? All my neighbors around us have cook spots all over their grass. Our shit looks, you know, nice
No
and
cook
green.
spots,
No
but-
cook spots.
Yeah, but I like my grass as high as it can be
If I
without
could,
them
I'd-
getting their britches in a twist.
If we could, we just plant wildflowers and let them go, especially in certain areas. But
We
they'll
could
do this
get-
thing, they'll put a letter on your door and give you all kind of shit because the neighbors go and bitch, you know?
Yeah,
They say-
grass.
It brings snakes and mice and shit
Which
out of
it does. I
it
mean, I
does.
understand their
Yeah.
point. I don't keep my grass that high, but it's beautiful to walk through, to lay in. It's just, it feels like a carpet.
If you can
It's
keep
just-
like a 10-foot, 20-foot swath around your house nice and clear, you're pretty much good to go. I think that helps break that up. They don't really, but it's the winter time and shit, you know, your house is warm and they just kind of migrate there. I don't know, I get it, but I'd like to be able to have a little more freedom to
Well-
plant wildflowers, because I've seen on there where it's good for the bees and they're having a hard time, you know? You can get free seeds, fellas. You call this one number I seen, they'll send you a whole bunch of free wildflower seeds to plant all over anywhere you want. That's pretty cool.
I know somebody who tried that. She's a Native American and she wanted to grow Native American, their local wildflowers, but they considered them weeds. Wouldn't let her do it.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
wow.
It's crazy, man. That's what they do here. They'll put it on
Well, you know, there's a fine line between a Native American doing it like that and somebody who doesn't want to cut their grass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to not cut my grass. I like it the way I have it, but yeah, wildflowers would be beautiful.
I'd like it to look like a sog of daisies or something, all the same height, nice, like almost like a field. Wind blows, they just all kind of blow, not a whole bunch of raggedy looking shit. You know what I mean? I think you could make it look pretty and have it nice, appealing, something you could sit down and look at. I like to sit in my yard and look at the garden and all that shit. I think you could put a spot back there. It would be nice for that, but they'll give you shit, man. That's bullshit, but they will. Um, yeah, one little piece in the seed, then another little piece to keep the light out. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. A piece on top too, keep a little moisture down in there. Oh, that's for the rapid rooters.
I was hoping it wasn't the coffee. I don't know.
Hey,
What the hell?
you don't
One
use
at a
rapid
time.
rooters, do you?
No, actually, the holes in my rock wall are too big. I tear off a piece off the corner and fill them. Use a skewer to make my own holes.
You start in Rockville? I remember doing that. Gosh,
Yeah.
that was years ago, man. I used to grow Rockwool. I like Rockwool, but it's not sustainable. It's just glass fiber.
Well, I only use 2 or 3 every grow, so it's no big deal
Yeah.
to me.
I get
Not
you.
like I have a commercial. It's not and I don't
Yeah.
use the big cubes either.
Yeah.
And you
like
don't
got
use
your
the
ground block.
slabs.
No, I'm not doing slabs or the
Mhm.
blocks.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
seem to
that-
root really nicely in that rock wool, man. They seems like that's a pretty good substrate to get the hedge your
Well,
bets.
what crazy about Rockwool, you have to do the opposite of what you have to do for cocoa.
You got to lower the pH and shit, right?
And I think you got to lower it. You got to soak it in acid. I forget. But
What do
yeah, you have
do,
to.
Art?
I soak mine for an hour or so in Jack's cloning, 120 ppm of their clone seedling mix, and then put the cubes on my heat mat in my dome and heat them up there.
I ain't never used it, man.
What's that?
Or used to use the Groden blocks. I think his were 6-inch
Right.
Groden blocks, and they.
Oh, he has a run right now with them on. He showed us.
They
He has
do well.
cocoa. He has Groden blocks, and what else
Yeah.
do he have? Something else. Yeah.
He's into it all, huh? Yeah, I knew you
Yeah,
had
he
to
is.
get to him. I just wasn't sure what these. I don't know. Personally, I think I could go. I think I could. This sounds like I think I could have a small cup, like a little mini shot cup of a solo cup, and do just as well on that as I can with one of these store bought Jiffy pellets or rapid rooters. If I had little cups, the problem is the solo cup's a little big to put your seed in. Sometimes I feel like I lose days because of that, So I kind of need a smaller one about the size of a shot glass or a rapid rooter size. I could do that with cocoa and I can get the same results and for much cheaper instead of buying these little things over and over and over,
You mean a
So
shot
what,
glass size
Oh,
solo
Yeah,
cup?
there you go. There you
Look
go.
at it.
That's it, man.
Is that
That's
what you
my
talk about?
Love it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm buying them and putting the holes in them. And I'm making my own rapid rooters, and they'll be reused.
Oh, I'm sorry. I make these myself.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, come on. I never make it myself.
our mutual
No,
friend, he said that there's an even smaller air pot to start off in. I gotta find that.
Even smaller air pot than the
The
solo
1 liter?
size? Huh.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Hey, XY, did I tell you this is my whole hang up with air pots. I love the air pots. I endorse air pots, but I only want an air pot for my last pot. The first
Okay.
ones, I feel like you need a smooth sidewall for a more consistent pot up. You have all those lumps when you're done, when you unroll that. regardless of how lumped together it is, it just feels wrong that I can't slide it in. I feel like there's a bunch of,
Oh, I get, yeah, yeah,
you
the
know what I'm
nubs
saying?
going in. Oh, I know
I need that.
exactly what you're saying.
I need that slide in to be nice, man. Every time I can't have that shit catching up on knobs and busting off, and it just doesn't feel
Yeah.
like I would like that. And then if you think about if you do that twice, how much void is going to be left in there? XYZ gets me.
I understand.
Well, this
understand.
is what I do. This is what I do. I take an empty 1 liter air pot, put it in whatever I'm potting up to. I twist it around so it like knocks everything down. Then I push that compact down, and then I put I unwrap it, put it in, and it's loose. So I have to stuff cocoa in it, and I don't know how well that works. I mean, it's less stressful for the plant, but I think I'm getting air voids.
It just feels good when you take it out of like a solo cup and you're plugging it into a solo cup.
Oh yeah.
You made.
Oh
It
yeah.
comes right in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to get better movement of my roots through the substrate that way. This could all be bullshit. It's just stuff that happens in my head when I'm sitting there. This, you know what I mean? I'm thinking,
Well,
this is the
I gotta just say, the solo cup just slides right in. You don't want no rough bullshit.
No, it's like Velcro on shit, and you have to oversize the hole to accommodate for that. So I don't know. I'm not casting.
And you got backfill it. You got backfill it. What sucks about the backfill is you can't get under those nubs. I mean, yeah, you made a hole big enough to accommodate the nubs, and now you're stuffing stuff in. But yeah, I think it's a loose pack once you do that. It's not like it's old.
Hey guys, listen, I need to get off of here.
Yeah.
By the way, Texas Weed Hopper's looking for the link, so put it up for
It's not on there. Thank you.
And I will be out, and I'll be out of here. Everybody come over to Let's Be Buds in a half an hour or so, and I'll see you there.
We will see you there, Art Man. I posted that link, and thank you so much for coming on and sharing, buddy. Always a pleasure having you on.
And we'll talk to you guys later. All right, cool.
We'll see you, buddy. Cool. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks, I put the Let's Be Buds channel link in chat. So after the show, that'll be directly after our show, you go over and check out Artman, and then I'm going to be putting Artman's links up in the chat. You should go check him out, give him a follow, and watch him in action. It's like magic. You see one of your friends come into life through his painting, and it's amazing. So I'll be putting those up in chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I feel like a real tool, dude. I forgot to pin that earlier, I think. No one was able to get in.
Well, I feel like a tool because I didn't know Artman did a painting. He did a painting of oh gosh. Who did he do a painting of?
Spartan Grown.
He's
doing
Spartan. Oh, Spartan. Okay, that's cool.
Here, I'll get a screenshot.
I want to see that.
Yeah, we're going to try to get that up.
I'm going to try to get it up on the screen right now.
I posted the links in where you can go give them a follow and watch that for yourself. And welcome, Texas Weed Hopper.
Howdy, y'all.
How's it going, buddy?
Still working through this stuff.
Hey, that's fine. We're trying to get up a
picture,
a link for or a screen share for the folks to see Artman's work, and
I believe we found her.
So Smott's going to try to get that up there while you're hooking up all of your stuff over there, Texas. So
I forget.
We'll be right over. Yeah, it's a minute. Yeah, it's.
Oh, here we go. Give me 1 second, Texas.
Yeah, we'll just be 1 second, and your garden's all looking beautiful as always.
Here we go. You guys seeing this screen here?
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, cool.
This is smart.
Yeah, see?
It's coming along great, man.
Oh. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yes, it is. You can see like some of his other pictures here. There's a family he did. You know,
Yeah, he's got
Art
some
man's very
beautiful.
talented. Look at some of this stuff, man. Hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope he doesn't.
I
let
like
me-
the tigers. I like the tigers.
Look at that. Look at the detail in there.
Yeah.
This one right here. This is our cat. He took a picture of our cat.
He drew your cat.
Yeah,
Wow,
our
that's
beloved-
cool.
That's our baby,
That's
Mimsy.
Mimsy. And it looks exactly like the picture that he used, man. And yeah, he sent that to us, man. It was such a surprise. And
That's so
love it.
cool.
Dude, it's got a
It's-
very
so-
prominent.
Yeah, it's like I try not to get too attached to material things because
That's how life is.
but this thing I love my painting of my Mimsy. It's amazing.
Make sure you go
It's-
support Art Man. I
Yeah,
tell ya,
support Art Man. Give
He's
him a
one righteous
follow.
dude, man.
Exactly. Check him out. Give him a follow and
There, you can see here's Spartan when he
how it
started it.
starts.
You know,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a photo slowly coming in,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
getting exposed.
Some of these are really good, man. Like, look at these pictures. You know, look at that
Yeah.
shirt. That's a dude's shirt that looks. It's dead nuts. You know, I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like this kind of stuff. It means a lot. I mean, yeah. Shout out to Art, man. Make sure you go check him out over at the Let's Be Buds there at 9:00.
Oh yeah.
All right,
So
what's happening,
Texas,
Texas?
what's happening in your garden today, buddy?
I'm gonna put you on the spotlight so everybody can see your garden. You did a nice,
full
you did a
screen.
nice, you did a great visit on
Yep.
Jack's last
Yep.
Sunday. Man.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, we can hear you.
we see you. It's facing you.
Sorry,
That's okay.
working out the audio here.
I don't mind looking at you, but I just wanted to let you know that it's facing you. I see you looking at me, looking at you. There you
There
go.
we go. Wow, that's beautiful.
That's a hell of a fruit cage, my friend.
Oh yeah,
I think he.
we can't hear you if you're saying anything.
Maybe it's us.
No, didn't hear
No,
you.
it's not. That's okay.
Sorry if y'all can hear me. I can't hear anything.
Okay, we can hear you.
We hear you now. Remember that Verizon?
This is
Oh,
tower?
what is
GG4. That's female.
Cool. It's
Okay.
It's
female.
not Crispy gave me. So Rosetta 78,
Was that a 78?
Nice.
Brim Blue,
Missed that one. Something blue.
Midnight Rider,
Midnight Rider.
Jackra, Westport's Grape Juice, unknown sex so far,
Okay.
and Ossifer.
What was that last one?
Anyway, did a bunch of defoliating today, so things are looking a little thinner.
Oh, I guess he can't hear us.
That's fun.
XY, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
Ask him if he can hear you.
I think
hey Texas, can you hear us?
Shit,
You
can y'all
got your
hear me
ears
or not?
on? You got cover.
I think that we're having some
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
You got
here.
cover crop. I got cover crop. The whole world's cover crop. Looks good, buddy.
Hell yeah, yeah, they're looking good.
That's a big, that room's full of big plants. That's a big space anyhow, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had that much space.
Ossifer. Okay. I see what they're writing there. I guess that's, I don't know. Is that supposed to be the weird way of saying officer or what?
Yes.
Okay. Wonder what the lineage, you know the lineage on that, Texas, if you can hear us on that ossifer? That seems to be something I'm curious about more and more for some reason. XYZ is the lineage. And I don't know if that's just something that comes. I never cared before. Like I didn't care. I just like, all right, you got Gorilla Glue. I don't give a fuck what makes it. Just give me the seeds. I want to grow them. And I want to see. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you want to try them out?
yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't. I wasn't that blatantly ignorant about it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't a big deal to me. And it seems like the more I go, the more it's like, all right, maybe it's because like someone will tell you this is blueberry crossed with cheesequake. And then when you smoke it, it's like, oh my God, I kind of see why they made that name or why how it got that name. And then it's like, no shit, what else am I missing? You know, and I'm thinking, well, what makes up this and that? And I've actually been kind of surprised on some of the shit like the GG is a part of GG4 or just different shit, you know. And anymore, I find myself being more and more interested in that. And then I think another thing was buying Jack Greenstock's book. I started looking through that, and I was like, this is pretty cool. And then trying to learn more about breeding and stuff. So I think it all goes hand in hand. But is that annoying when someone asks you what's that? What's the lineage on that? Does that seem like an annoying thing to ask people over and over? Because I sometimes feel like
I don't know. I'm just starting this out. I've only been growing regularly for almost a year. It'll be a year in like another 2 weeks. I mean, I used to play around, dab around, grow and shit when I was younger. Cubes, rock wool. I played with all that crap. But the thing is I'm not to the point of where I'm at lineage. I'm just like, oh, these seeds are good. Or, you know, I'm still trying to figure out my way.
yeah, no, that's cool because that's like and I think maybe I think another thing that helps too is like I think you've recognized this when you start learning what was crossed, because someone will come on here and be like, oh, this is such and such crossed with such and such. And we'll look at each other like, oh, we had half of that in our tent. We had the peanut butter breath, but we didn't have the other part of your strain. But we can kind of tell them our experience with half, and you never know what's going to come through, I guess. But
And we've grown Do-si-do, which is
seems to be crossed into a lot of shit.
well, yeah, the peanut butter breath, isn't it? Mendo breath, and I can't remember.
Hey,
Don't quote me right now. I'm pretty stoned.
and here's
But
and the cookies thing. There was a big cookies thing
Yeah,
that I don't really
cookies.
understand. They say like cookies got crossed into a lot of stuff and ruined it. And like, how did cookies even get so big if it's not something that's desirable? I did, and there's a lot of things. I know a lot of the market in seeds is consumer driven on the large scale, I think, and that's where a lot of these impacts come from. And that's why they call them hype strains. Maybe I don't know, but
Well, I think it's in the name.
I don't give a shit what it is. You can call it hype, whatever. If it gets me stoned and it's the medicine I'm looking for, that's the seeds I want or the clones, right?
So if it was called Donkey Balls, you would, and it was the best damn plant, you'd be like, yep, that's mine.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah, because I'm thinking if I really like it, a lot of other people are gonna like it, and everybody's gonna be going gaga over donkey balls.
Oh,
From your lips
I
to
can't-
God's ears, man.
yeah.
That's
Hey,
it.
I just wanted to say, Texas Weed Hopper, I'm sorry that you were having some technical difficulty.
Yeah, we could.
We couldn't hear you, buddy. But your plants are looking great, and I'm glad that GG4 was a female for you.
Like the
Yeah,
DJ Short. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Sub
popular,
Cool,
yeah.
DJ Short, and some of these other guys made some of these really good strains, I guess. And I think the part of the problem is I think people have a problem with them taking those good strains that someone worked a long time and just muddying the waters, if you will, And then I think I kind of see that. And before
Well,
Yeah, I
You know?
understand it.
well, the problem is if you like breed for like, let's talk like a bulldog. You got a bulldog, they can't survive. I mean, you breed for one trait, you get a lot of recessive traits with it.
Yeah, that's why that's true. And I think bulldogs is one of the examples of like it doesn't really matter where you go and get a bulldog to breed with. It's only going to be like a fourth generation separation at best.
Mhm.
I think is that am I right there? And I think that's the bottom.
I don't know for sure, but it
That's what we
sounds
want to
about
guard
right.
against. Yeah, man. That's pretty Yeah, you know, the
Yeah.
breathing part of this is pretty hard, the biological shit that goes into that.
Yeah,
I
there's
just
a
don't.
lot to decipher through, and you know, breeding, getting those great fire strains and getting them stable, that's a lot of work. And I didn't realize the work going and get, you know, involved with these breeders. And you know,
Oh,
I had respect for the people after knowing what they're doing to get this, the hard work that they're doing. And it just stands to reason that they would want to protect their strains
hey, I wanted to
and not
tell-
have the waters muddied, so to speak, I think.
is that a good way of putting it? I mean, how else are you gonna put it?
Well,
See that?
well,
You
because
don't
I
put something and water it down so much that you lose the original version of it. You know what I mean? It's okay to play around
Yeah.
and shit, but I guess if you, I don't know how to look at all that, you know, and it's tough.
But I also
Well-
like, what are you gonna do when, you know, you're selling your product? You know, I'm buying that off of you, that seed or whatever, and I grow it and I want to cross it with whatever. I want to throw some pollen in my tent, my home grow. I feel that that's mine. And if it's in my laboratory now, and if I want to be an experiment, then that's my prerogative.
And I do what I want to do.
It's my prerogative.
Hey, someone told me once that if you buy autos, you buy a harvest. If you buy photos, you buy genetics.
huh, that's an interesting statement.
Yeah. So there you go. If you buy the photo seeds, you've inherently bought a stick of genetics that's kind of yours now to a point. But there's some kind of weird ethical thing there where it comes around, you know, some sort of circular logic there that just doesn't feel right. And so, but anyhow, I always what I was getting to with some of that was is it's good to give credit for when you get these crosses of that strain. Oh, that's a DJ short cross or somebody, because I think that's part of it. Those dudes are, well, how does Jack Greenstock say it? We stand on giants that can't, we stand on the shoulders of giants that can't be forced. And them dudes, they do deserve that credit, you know. So and they did make some fire shit from because we've grown a couple things that came with crosses, I think from DJ Short and a couple of those, and they were pretty good. So it seems like there's something there. And that's part of knowing what you're growing and who you're supporting with your dollars. I think that matters a lot, you know?
Yeah, I'm not at that level yet.
I know.
I'm just
trying
to learn how to grow.
you know, it's always learning.
Yeah, we're always learning, and I don't know if I'll ever get around to.
We do well.
I feel that there are so many great breeders out there that I never need to try my hand. It's always going to be a mistake in my tent. It's never going to be on purpose, right? It's not in our tent.
That plant turned out really good, everybody. If you've been following our show for a while, you know that we had some herms about three grows ago, and we grew one of those seeds out last grow, and it's now harvested, cured, and smokable, and we call it Macmosa, which is I think backwards because I think the lady goes
Mimosa
first.
crossed with Mac.
Yeah, Mimosa crossed with Mac.
It's a mistake.
It tastes great.
It is. It does taste good. You know, smart tray
Thanks
about
for
that.
Mimosa, if you ask me.
We got lucky. We got lucky, folks. So that's important to point out as well.
XYZ, I'm always learning, man. We do well in our grows, and people always tell us like, "Oh, your cross, you do good," and that means a lot that we do. We try hard. We try to pay attention, but when it comes down to it, ultimately, there's something there that you just can't control. You know what I mean? It's like I tell people, God grows them. I just tend to them. I can make nice conditions to the best of my abilities, but there's only so, you know what I mean. You have to have them good.
That's all you can do. You're not God.
Yeah.
You know, and we try hard to get our parameters the way we understand them to work for us, you know, and we try to hit them. And that's one thing you'll see is that it's always different, man. Dude, I moved 5 miles from my old house and things seem totally different. I was like, it's going to be the same. Yes, it's going to be the same everything. We're moving across town, dude. It was like a whole different atmosphere. It's like she said, everything was different. We needed this more at this time. I'm like, this doesn't make sense, you know? So everything's different. And that's why you're going to have to, or I shouldn't say it, put it like that. I think what's going to happen is you're going to continue trying different things here and there. And after a couple of years, you'll really be fine tuned in on what you like and what works for you, what keeps medicine in your cabinet, shit like that, But there is no substitute for experience,
And
Oh no, there
think I'm
isn't.
better than
There
anyone.
isn't. No, there isn't. I mean, my condition is totally different than yours, but yeah, there's no substitute for experience.
And some people are really metric driven, and we're a little bit on that side. I'd like to know my pH of my water. I want to put the newts in. I want to know exactly how much they're getting of this, that, and the other.
birds of a feather, XYZ, it's.
But I also see that there's people that just like to mix that up. They really want the microbes. They want the straight water, no pH, and I get that too, So I think that's another part of it, is just there's such a wide range of ways to do this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get at. It's a wide range of doing things, and you've had a lot of you've tried many different methods.
Yeah, all those
Well-
times we grew before, man, that's just seeded in you, the plants. That's how I look at it. And all the times I grew those plants on my windowsill that never went anywhere, all those times, because I didn't know shit. All the times we were in high school throwing seeds out in the field, and they either got stolen or eaten or whatever, we never let them really get their fruit. Those were all seeds planted, man, that you was
Yes.
going to become who you are
And,
today.
The seeds that kicked off our whole growing career together, Smart and I we learned a very valuable lesson. We started learning right away on what to do, what not to do. We started asking questions of why did this happen and how do we get it to not happen in the future?
Yeah.
And
That's it, man. You found a good group of
versus
people, but your
history.
plants always look good, though.
yeah, we changed so many things. So we're always evolving and always more.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try it all.
There's one thing
Really?
I've learned, it's the more I learn, I realize is how much I
We
don't know.
don't know.
And then I also end up realizing that never be closed-minded. There's been times where I thought this only makes common sense, and it was smacked me right in the face, man. And I'm thinking, I was being very closed-minded. That's happened to me more than once. So when people talk, I'll listen. I don't take it all in and use it, but I definitely plug it into the equation, play it through, see how it might fail, work, all that shit, X, Y, that with neurotic people like me go through in their head before they implement something, and
Oh yeah. Well, there's more ways to fail than to succeed, but yeah, it's crazy, man. I know how you feel.
so yeah, don't, it's and another good thing is people might take this less. It might carry less weight with some people than it does with me, but we come here twice a week. You're always here. A lot of these people in chat are always here. We get to see, like I seen these grow. We've watched him, Texas weed hopper. We saw them seeds when they were just being cracked. We say this all the time.
Oh yeah.
Those are instances where you're seeing it once a week. You're watching the growth pattern. You're watching a strain and how it evolves.
Oh yeah.
You're seeing all kind. These are all things you're taking in. That's
We learn here.
yeah.
We are constantly learning here with all of you and through all of you. Seed Person One, a wonderful, perfect example of, learning how the plant, what it can tolerate in that upside down plant. that
Oh,
he grew,
yes.
like he's coming up with some really cool stuff, and just like everybody here too, Art Man, there's so many gardens. I don't even know if I could list them all, but Smart's right. Seeing your gardens grow week to week and seeing how you're doing.
You can live vicariously
yeah.
through somebody else and see a lot of pitfalls that they go through and what successes they have, and things like that. That helps too, man.
Yeah, the collaboration and it's awesome.
We got 10 minutes and his lights will be there they are.
Oh yeah, let's.
I set the timer back last
10
week.
minutes.
They get 10 minutes early. But yeah, they're getting big. They're getting big. They're like, yeah, they're getting huge.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
They are.
Well, my battery just died. Damn it.
All right, we're gonna get you on right there.
Oh. Yeah, my battery died.
Oh, we got to
That's
see
a
him.
bummer. Hey, you know what though? We did get to see him.
Oh, I got another battery to charge. I just gotta go get it. It'll
Yeah.
take about a minute.
We still
Yeah.
got some time.
Well, we can ramble on a minute while you go do that. We would
Well,
love to
yeah.
see your plants.
I
Yeah, get that battery because there's an amiasis in there.
Yeah, and
That yeah, the bolt is on and they're looking
Oh yeah.
they're looking mighty fine.
hey, when do you bust these seeds, man?
Well, he did
I-
it on the show.
Yeah, but I have to look at my calendar, but yeah, I mean,
I'm just
I know. I wish I could reference the show. We're gonna have to get that so we can reference the
it was
show.
like it's just after July, I think. No, it was August.
yeah,
Okay.
they're I want to say can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. I wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
tell.
I can't either. It's been about 43 days or something.
Okay, and how long since you flipped?
It's been about a week and a half.
There you go, week and a half. So you're looking you had about a 30-day veg or so
Wow, they're setting
Yeah.
on sites.
from seed. All right, yeah, we got you on the big
Yeah.
screen.
That's
YouTube.
beautiful.
Yeah, man, you got a nice canopy there. Can you back up just one time? I wanted to see. I was like, they got drowned out. I don't know what it is with my thing. That almost looks like HPS lighting to me. My screen's screwed up, dude.
Oh, okay.
not
Hold
the-
on,
on
hold
the-
on, hold
on
on.
the
It's not
phone.
you. It's not you. It's
What is
me.
it?
Yeah, well,
No.
I'm on my DSLR, so I got to change the. Let's see. Does that look better?
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, man.
That's
Yeah,
way-
there we go.
Now
There
Oh,
we go.
that's beautiful.
I was gonna say it looked really weird. Yeah, they look nice.
Wow. Perfect leaves, man. You're doing a great job.
I'm not doing a great job. My computer's doing a great job.
Your
Ah,
computer's
I just, yeah, the computer's got it.
now you topped all these plants, correct?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We talked them on the show.
I
It
remember.
was like, I think 7, 8 plants, but now we're on to 4. And I might have to get another channel for these back ones. They're getting a little crowded. I mean, let's
Yeah.
go down below.
This is the time of the grow where they'll lose their canopy space for good. You know.
Yeah.
Uh, the bolt taking over. These plants here look like they're raging.
Oh, yeah. They're very happy.
So how many colas did we keep all together on these? Are they pretty?
It's going to take me a minute to count. I mean, there's quite a few. I mean, but you get these little larky ones.
Yeah, see, those are the ones. This is the path I was leading you down. This is
Yeah.
where you're gonna have to find your happy medium, and this is something that isn't easy. Is how many of those to keep versus how many will be worthy buds at the end, because too many of those bud sites, and as we always say, you want to have a good amount of bud sites for the amount of light you're pumping in there and shit. Which I'm not saying you're underlit by any standards, but it's still, you know what I'm saying, right? Some of those will end up larf, and it's always sucks because I'll think this one ain't bad, and then I look how the plant develops, and no, it never did make it. And I'm thinking, I lost all that growth time on that bud that could have been shifted to another bud. I should have cut that off a week and a half ago. And when you're harvesting that time after time, you'll start seeing this, and it's a real pain in the ass trying to figure out how much to take off and how much to leave sometimes.
I mean, down in here, I mean, I don't even know if I can. Yeah, you got to be like sitting outside. Yeah, I
The
can't
longer
get
you
it.
wait, the more labor you're imposing on yourself, man. And
Yeah.
it seems
Yeah.
like a bigger impact on the plant too, but you're doing it right. I would wait until like the bolting sort of towards the end and then kind of
Yeah.
clean there what you want. That's how I
Well,
do.
and then you get this. Well, hold on. This is kind of on the plant, but look at this one. And that's a nice flower, but look how far from the top it is. I mean, what do you do with those?
It's
And then you get these.
well, see, on some of those, what I'll do is I'll nip those bud sites off the lower half at least of the branch, and maybe just leave the last two, and then they'll get a nice little bowl full on each one, and then
Yeah, and you
again,
go down, there's even more. I
It
mean,
comes
yeah,
down
I
to
got
timing and shit. Because right now you're getting a lot of productive growth. And I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like if you take some of that shit off, that growth's going to be directed to other places. There's only so much gas in the tank, right? So if we're going to
Mhm.
not them, we need to make that decision now. And that's not always easy because
We're the worst, I feel,
Yeah.
sometimes. We're
Oh,
getting
no, no.
better.
This is my growth. I know what I want. But yeah, I know what I'm gonna cut now.
dude, I love it. Those plants look great. I'm not busting your balls. I'm just trying to look at things that I see when I look at my tent and think, damn, I
Well,
gotta
hold
figure it
on,
out.
hold on. No,
Ah, you shut off our recording somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
no, I can hear you.
They just told me my recording was stopped. Did you bust?
Yeah, mine too.
Okay, I think we're still live. And anyway,
We gotta get off.
We gotta get off because Uncle Rick and the gang are gonna be over there, and our good buddy Artman is going to be over at the Let's Be Bud show. I'm going to put that in chat one more time. Just give me 1 second here.
Yeah, you want to tell them XYZ your goodbyes while she's putting that in there?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't grow those plants. All that equipment down there does.
They're looking good, man. You're doing good. You got your set up just right, man. That's all you, brother.
Well, yeah, but it's cool because I don't really do much with these plants. I'm gonna have to trim them back, but yeah, pretty much on cruise control.
Right on.
Awesome.
Glad to see it, man. This is, yeah, you're right. You're in your final pots. Everything's rolling. You just change your nutrient mix and run them to the end.
Yep.
Do a little cleanup, and you're rocking and rolling. So
And you
Yep.
have your timer set, so I'm hoping that next Wednesday we may get another little sneak peek in to see how they're doing. And
They'll just be a lot bigger. I think they're gonna get about halfway to the tent because
all right.
they're just growing like weeds.
oh yeah, they are.
Well, thanks
Thank
XYZ
you.
for joining us, man. Letting us look at them there last minute and having some good conversation and hanging out. And we want to make sure we give everybody an extra minute here to jump over to watch Artman and Uncle Rick at the Let's Be Buds channel.
And we want to thank yous all for coming out and hanging out with us. We appreciate it. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. And Crispy Wannabe, thank you, Smart Poker, for always letting us hang out and do this fun thing that we love to do with our friends. And I will see everybody on Sunday.
Cheers, everybody, and have a great one. We'll see you next